crafty friends, it's Tracy Hines, aka Nanner Banana, and in today's video we are doing another Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day, what I like to refer to as the best day of the week. This time we're going to do things a little different. I haven't been to the thrift store, but why do I need to go to the thrift store? Why? Because we've got all these online ladies in our community who like to sell us things, and they do all the work for us. They go source the materials, they curate the materials, and they bring us to live sales. They show us this awesome stuff, and we either quick bids or we bid on it. So I'm going to showcase a different online sale for the next 4 weeks on my Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day hauls. This first one is from Angela, the traveling crafter. She does her sales with another lady, and I will be showcasing her, the items I ordered from her next week. And then I have a couple other ladies I like to order from that I'm sure you've heard me talk about. Sandra at Blossom and Inspire, and Maddie from Madeline Diet Designs. This way you can kind of get a feel for how do your items come packaged and things like that. I can share with you the time frame it took to get my items and what my overall thoughts from the process were, that sort of thing. And hopefully that helps you. If you've never done an online sale, I highly recommend them, especially if you're not able to get out and thrift like you would like to, or if there are certain items. The thing I like about it is these ladies live all over the United States, and I'm able to get items that I never see in my area. So that's definitely a plus for doing an online sale. Some things you want to know before doing one. You might want to go on and watch one first. That way you can see how that particular seller does her sales. They always put up an email address, and you send your information to the email address. You'll send your name as it appears on YouTube, your name as it appears on your address, your email that they'll use for sending an invoice to the PayPal account. So there are a few things that you need to be able to provide before you're actually able to shop at an online sale. But let's get started. I haven't opened this yet, and to be honest, I don't remember what I bought. I know I bought patterns, but before that, she was holding it so she could ship everything all at once to save me some shipping costs. So I can't remember what I bought. So this will kind of be a surprise for the both of us. The thing I'm really excited about are the vintage patterns. I do not have a lot of patterns that I can copy and use the ladies and children and figures on in my journals, and that's something I've been wanting to acquire. And she hosted a sale where she just sold some patterns, vintage patterns, and I was lucky enough to be able to purchase some from her. So let's get started. I'm going to move this off to the side. That way I'll have my filming spot here to show off the items. So the first one that I pulled out is a 1970 McCall's pattern, and you can see I will copy these, cut them out, and use them on tags whenever I do a vintage book from the 60s, the 70s, or like if I was doing a housewife theme. Lots of different themes could be used on this. I've got some Barbie journals planned. I don't know that I'd use these necessarily on Barbie journals, but those are the types of journals, themes I feel like these types of ladies work well on. You can do sewing journals, and a lot of these come with instructions and patterns, and you have lots of ephemera here to make different types of items. So there's the first one. I have this one. It is, let's see if it says, oh, wow, I've got black on me. I need to use a baby wipe and get that off before I get that on things. I'm not sure what the date is, but you can tell based from the price. These are also from the 1960s and 70s. Let me get a baby wipe out. I might need these depending on what we run into from the standpoint of what's on the outside of this bag. It has traveled from quite a ways. All right. So here is another one. And it has this original little tag that someone wrote saying bust 36, waist 31, hips 41. But oh, look at these figures. So cool. Love that. And I am going to go ahead and keep that on there because that can be used for a piece of ephemera in a journal. All right. Let's see here. These are beautiful. These will be perfect for some fall journals. To add a tag or so, and I won't actually cut into these patterns. I'll just copy the front of this and cut the figures out to use over and over. And since I'm using them for my own personal use, that will not be a copyright infringement. All right, look at that. Love this one. So cute. Love the colors. I love this one. It's purples and pinks. Very pretty. Looks like there might be some glitter in here that's opened up because I'm finding lots of glitter. These are examples, though, of where I thrift at in my community. I do not run across sewing patterns at all. I got this one. I've got some Barbie journals planned, and I know Carrie the Paper Monkey used this exact image in one of her Barbie journals that was like a Ken and Barbie journal. Oh my goodness, the glitter, the glitter, the glitter. All right. Okay, and then this is a 1920s embroidery pattern, and I've got some 1920 journals planned that I'm starting to curate items for. So I'm excited about that. And let's see. Wow, look at that stamp. 2 7/8 postage. Just that alone is worth cutting out and using. I don't see a date on here, but that is a really old pattern. That's neat. Here's another one. These, I thought for Christmas albums, this would be a really cute image. And look at this. Oh my gosh, I love her. Very cute. Again, I think this would be good for Christmas journals. I have a few more patterns over here. Oh yeah, see, like this, I will definitely be able to use these girls in a Barbie journal. I feel like she would work for a Barbie journal. And then these are cute little kids. And I think these would work for a Barbie journal, these two. She would work for a Barbie journal. And then I was thinking this kind of looked 1920s. So that's the main reason I chose this one. Plus I thought it could be used in fall journals as well. Okay. How many of you watching out there, did your moms make your clothes sew your clothes for you, or did you sew them for your kids? My mom, one of my absolute favorite dresses of all time when I was a little girl, I was 6 years old, she made me and my sister, who was 8 years older than me, a matching orange dress. I absolutely loved that thing. I loved it when me and Tina dressed alike. My sister absolutely hated it, but I loved it. And that was one of those really cool memories when I was little, that when I had a little girl, for 2 years I sewed her clothes. And I always got so many compliments on them because people would be like, oh my gosh, where do you find her clothes? I don't see anything like that in the stores. And it was because I sewed them myself. So I sourced the material and the patterns, and I'd combine different things. But those were fun memories. All right. I think this might be what is leaking. I'm not sure. So anyone who's been on my channel a while knows that I've got some Mary Englebright journals planned, and these are stickers and things like that that I will use in those journals. And I had mentioned I'm trying to be a bit more thoughtful in my thrifting purchases. I really have more than I need in my craft room, but I find what I'm doing moving forward is I have bins for each month's theme, and I will curate items for each of those themes instead of just randomly curating vintage items that I may or may not ever use. Sometimes, granted, when you're out thrifting, you come across something you didn't know existed. It really inspires you and you pick it up. I'm not saying I won't do that, but yeah, definitely trying to be a bit more thoughtful about my purchases. So I've got this glitter, and I don't know if you guys watched the I think it was the Chasing Retro or the Preppy Crafty Girl, I can't remember which one, did confetti or sparkly like tape, using masking tape for journals. And that was me. I don't have hardly any confetti or anything like this to make shakers, and I thought I could try that out since I saw her do it and I really liked it. And that was the reason sort of behind this purchase. But lots of confetti and things like that. Looks like there was a little bit of everything in this, but I will put this off to the side for when I do that project. And then these are some very old vintage envelopes that'll be perfect to use in vintage journals. And we've got some glitter bond. So this allows you to put the glue down and then add the sequins and the glitter. I think this was all sewed as a lot because I don't foresee myself using these items here at all. But I will put those off to the side. Gosh, this glitter is so pretty. I hate to throw it away, but I also know myself well enough to know there's no point in me trying to keep this little bit that's fell on my desk. It'll just end up on the floor, and no need for that. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have 9 cards and 9 envelopes. And these are irises. I've got a botanical theme coming next spring. So that is why I picked these up. I'll put those in that bin. And it looks like these are the books I purchased. So here's an example of I do not have a Heidi themed planned. So I probably shouldn't have got the Heidi book, but it's so stinking cute. I may end up making a one-off journal using this. We'll see. or I may end up having someone that swaps Happy Meal that's wanting Heidi stuff. You just never know, but this will be something I put in my stash. And then I've got Christmas books planned, and this will definitely, these pages get used in the signatures of my Christmas books. The cover is so cute. It's a shame it's not in a little bit better condition. If it was, I would try making a journal out of the cover too, but it's not in good enough condition to do that, but the pages are. And then, like most girls, I absolutely love chocolate. So I've always wanted to make a Hershey's chocolate journal. This will be one I just make for myself. It's from, let's see what the year is. This was printed 1971, the year I was born. That makes it even more perfect. But I will use this to make a really cool journal. And I'll deconstruct it. I'll just use the front and the back and do a curved spine. And then the pages from here that I use, I will weld together and add other fun stuff too. And then this is a Fraggle Rock book. I'm wanting to do a Fraggle themed month. I'm just getting started with that. I think I've got from other sellers a couple other Fraggle Rock books coming, but I'd like to get several, kind of like how I'm doing my Sesame Street journals. And once I get enough that I feel like I can do the journal service, I will go ahead and do the series. And then these are some handwritten recipe cards that I thought would be neat to put in different journals as I make them. So that's just some ephemera. I'm really excited about this book. It's so cool. I'll have to put corners on it, but I'm going to use these books and do a curved spine. I think they'll be really cute. And anytime something's pink, that's like one of my favorite things ever. Okay, here's that. Let's see what all of this is. So this was a purchase of this outside container, which is a storage-like system. And then all the paper and everything that was inside just came with it. But I will use this as a storage way of storing some of my embellishments and ephemera. Is my plan, and I can't wait to see all the other stuff that's in here. Okay, oh, I remember buying that separate, but then look at this, the vintage birthday party cards. Those are so awesome. I've got an ephemera basket that I put a lot of my older stuff like this in, and then when I do a journal and I need a piece of vintage ephemera, I can pull it. And then here's some vintage wrapping paper. I thought this would be good for the botanical journals. Same with that. I've got some coquette journals in process. This would be good for. And I'm assuming I may have gotten this for some Christmas journals, but I'm not sure. And I've gotten some not wrapping paper, but cardstock and scrapbook paper for this bears. I would love to do a bear journal series, and these papers will be just perfect for that. So I will put that with some of my other bear stuff I have that I've been acquiring. And let's see here. You can see though how this storage thing is perfect for like sticker sheets, paper, different things. And then like if you were traveling, how this would just be the perfect thing to like pack a few things to take with you. There are some vellum sheets here, some blue paper, and vellum sheets. Let's look at this paper. So I don't remember exactly what these are. Okay, so these are Pampered Pooch, and I'm definitely, I don't know if I'll do a series, a cat dog series, but I'm going to do a dog journal for myself for sure. And these are adorable. Look at these. Oh my gosh, those are going to make such cute journal cards. I love them. Look at that, guys. I've never seen paper like this, and I've never heard of Heartfelt Creations either. But yeah, these will be perfect for making some puppy journals. Looking forward to that. Alright, and looks like there's a few random bits. Again, this would work good for the botanical series. Don't have anything planned for mermaids, so I don't know that that will get used. But this might be good in my Halloween journal that I use purple in. I'm going to set that out and use that because those look like potion bottles. Alright. And Kiss a Frog. Oh, that's cute. That is really cute. I will have to save that. Okay, then what do I have here? Beauty of Blossom. So these are just some cute little, looks like maybe books about the different flowers and little devotional type sayings to help you think of different things. So these will be good for different projects. All right, I went through this stuff kind of fast, but I wanted to hop on here and show you the first installment of 4 Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day online sale version. Don't forget to keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye!